What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Quickies. I am your host, Omar, and my co-host, Nadia and OMar. Say hello to the house.
What up, house? So stupid.
I feel like both of us just like blew that.
Yeah, Mark couldn't even hold it in. I think we should just go with it.
I was going to say hello to everybody, and I went, say hello to house, and then you went, hello, house.
Will they ever get an intro right?
Never.
Notorious.
Oh my God, that made me laugh so hard. Is it hot in here? Award. I'm sweating.
Do they have podcast awards?
I don't know. We've never gotten one. So
we should get. Oh my God.
Oh,
babe.
It's okay. Everything still works. Look at that.
Knocking things over.
It is not going great. I'm not going to lie to you guys, folks. This is a tough one.
Well, let's keep it moving, shall we?
Sure. So we're going to go ahead and introduce two special guests, which you should know already because they're always here being disrespectful to our podcast. These are our dogs because we are celebrating National Puppy Day today.
Yeah, although they're not
this
puppies.
Will air today. I know these are, we don't.
This will air today.
This will air
Can we get it together? Okay, guys. It's National Puppy Day today. And so we decided let's do a couch quickie on dogs. Yeah. Although our dogs are no longer puppies, I still look at Penny like she's my puppy. I still call her a puppy. She's my killer baby.
Well, go.
Okay. So we were introducing Penny and Bourbon. Bourbon is Omar's dog. Now she's mine. Yeah, but
fair enough.
Omar, you got Bourbon how many years ago?
I would say, here you go. Say so the camera can see your burbs. I got her, I want to say 2013.
Well, bye, bitch. She just was like, I'm out of here.
Well, she doesn't like when I talk about Bourbon. Penny just left.
She gets jealous. She's a very sensitive dog. I've come to notice about Penny. She gets very offended.
Well, I think Bourbon is very jealous.
Bourbon is jealous. She's territorial. She likes to be the main top bitch. Well, but anyway, sorry. Go back. So you got her in like what, 2013?
Yeah, I think it was 2013.
Okay, and you got her from a rescue shelter or from where?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the story, I guess. Right.
Okay.
So my ex and I had just bought this place. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I think I should get a dog now that I own my own like property. I should probably get a dog now. Like that means
I should probably. Yeah. Because you didn't really want one.
Well, no, I was the one for the idea. I was like, okay. I think I could totally do that.
Okay.
But my idea was to get like an older dog.
Okay.
Like which no one ever really wants, right? I was like, I'll get a real old dog.
Sad.
You know, and I started looking at rescues, like just for like an old dog that just wanted to lay around
and do nothing.
And I was like, yeah. So I was like,
instead, I've had cats. Got a young dog that looks really old.
Right. Right. Exactly. So here's what happened though. So I was looking around at all the like little shelters and stuff around.
We didn't hit the timer. Shit.
Oh no.
Okay. Set my alarm for 20 minutes. I set your alarm. Okay.
Damn. All right. So like I said, I was looking for but all of the dogs that I was finding around here, like in Inglewood and like Hawthorne and all our surrounding areas were all Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Or like pit bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, you know, one, I don't want a Chihuahua. Like, no disrespect if you own a Chihuahua. I was just like, it feels like it's going to be. Yeah. And I was like, I just feel like it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be loud. Like just barking all the time. I was like, because, you know, I was like, I don't want to deal with that if I can avoid it. And then pit bulls, I was like, that's a lot of dog for this small place. So I was like, forget it. So I was looking around. And I went to the ASPCA. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, ASPCA in Long Beach. Mm-hmm. And this was the first dog that like kind of... I was like, okay, this is a cool looking dog. And she, according to them, was 4 months. Mm-hmm. Which means she was born in October. Because I was there in February. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm born in October. Like, this dog's born in October. But whatever. And then I was like, we'll just keep looking around. Uh-huh. But then I saw this little kid that was like totally interested in the dog. And I was like, you know what? What if they take it and I don't find a better dog here today?
You're a horrible
So I went and
person.
I took, because it's a little card. And I went and just like, she was like looking. So I just went over her and like swiped the card.
Oh my God.
I know. But I was like, I don't think I'm going to find a better dog. And I wanted to walk around. So I walked around and then I gave
this little girl wants it.
And then I gave I didn't know if she was going to want it or not. But I was like, yo, if her mom comes over here and her mom likes it, and I don't find a better dog, I kind of like this dog. So at least, because the card doesn't mean you're going to buy it. The card just means that you wanted to play with the dog.
Got it.
So I was like, okay. So then they take you into a little room and no, they put you in a room with them.
Yeah.
And then you'll see if you guys vibe or not.
Look at how she's looking
and it worked out. So I was like, okay, cool.
I love you.
And she's been with us ever since.
I love her.
When when the place flooded, she lived with mom and their dogs for a while.
She lived with mom for a while because when I came here, she wasn't here. I'm the one that brought her back here. She was living at your mom's. You didn't have a dog here.
What are you talking about?
When I came here, she wasn't here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would leave her over there for a while. She's got more dogs. Like there was no other dog here.
Yeah, I feel you.
And every time I would take her over there with my mom,
yeah,
my mom was just like, leave her. Look, because they still had like 4 dogs at the time or 3. So I was like, all right. It was real easy to be like, let her run around in the backyard and chase whatever's back there.
Yeah,
possums.
She's around the way, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about Penny? How'd you get her?
So this was like 2000 and I want to say maybe 11.
Okay.
And maybe even 2010, something like that, 2010 or 11. And well, if Penny's 11, she's whatever. I don't do math. Anyways, I was still living at home. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for a job. I had just gotten laid off, and I was supposed to be looking for a job.
And instead, you went and got a dog.
No, yes, but I was on Craigslist. It was really late at night, and I was on Craigslist. And my sister and I were up late. She was like supposed to be helping me, but instead, she was looking at the dog section on Craigslist, like just scanning through all the like free pets and all, all those ads. And then she goes, oh my God, Nadia, you have to see this dog. And I was like, what? Why are you looking at dogs? I need a job. And then she turns the computer over and I'm like, oh, that's my dog. Like literally, as simple as that. I was just awesome. Like, that's my dog. Like I've always wanted my own dog because we had a family dog. It was supposed to quote unquote family dog that my mom got for Christmas for the family. But that dog did not fuck with any of us. That dog strictly liked my mom and no one else. Like we tried to play with him. He would bite us. Like he was just mean. So, I never got that dog experience really because that was my mom's dog. So then I saw Penny and then I hit up the girl or the number, and it was this young girl, and she was like, yeah, you can come see her. I'm in Tustin or whatever. And my ex at the time was living in Tustin. I would go stay with him a lot. And so it was like down the street from his house. I was like, oh, perfect. It's super close by. Go there, and fell in love with her. And I came home. He came and saw her, fell in love with her. I came home and I hadn't said yes yet. I was like, just give me a minute to figure it out because I was broke. I had like no money. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I can't get a dog right now. This is ridiculous. I need a job. I still live at home with my parents. Right. Like, I'm a loser. I just got laid off. So, I just could not get my mind off of her. Like, I was just like, I just had a connection with her. And then the next day, I had a fat tax return come in. It was like, and
immediately you're like, dog money.
Exactly. I was like, oh, this must be a sign.
Not to save it up. Nothing like,
no.
Oh, I knew it.
She was only like $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, but you bought it from that person.
So I bought. So then I had actually told the lady no, and I had asked her too. I was like, "Why are you getting rid of her?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm allergic to dogs, but I thought because she's half Shih Tzu, half Chihuahua. She thought because sometimes when you mix breeds that are hypoallergenic, like what's the one Labradoodle?
But which of those were hypoallergenic?
Shih Tzus, they don't shed.
Oh, okay.
Shih Tzus don't shed. So she thought that you didn't know that.
I'm trying to picture a Shih Tzu now.
They have flat faces,
but long
hair.
But it doesn't shed.
No, it's a different type of texture. It's like it's not. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it doesn't
for
shed.
Sure. But anyway,
so
she's like, I mixed two dogs together.
She bought Penny from somewhere else. No, she bought it from somebody else. Who knows where? Mm-hmm. Like I don't know anything about her history at all. Like just based off what the girl said, and she was shedding. But I also think that she got freaked out because Penny had worms in her poop and she didn't tell me that.
Oh, okay.
So that was another. She was probably like, "Oh my God, something's wrong with this dog. I don't want to deal with it. Let me just get rid of it," you know? So anyways, I saw the dog, went home because I was thinking about her. And then I was like, no, I shouldn't do it. I was trying to be responsible. I called her. I said, "You know what? I don't think I can take the dog right now." And she goes, "Okay, I have a couple other people that are want to look at her." So then my tax return came in and I called her immediately and I was like, "You know what? I had a change of heart." And
she was like,
"I want the dog." She didn't even ask questions. She didn't care. She just wanted to get rid of Penny.
Yeah. She's like, "Come get it."
So I went and picked her up and I don't even know how I got home safely on that drive home.
Because you kept staring at her.
Because I was literally like, I was like, "Oh my God, there's a puppy in my car." I was obsessed. She was so little. I could like hold her in my hand. Like, yeah. She was so cute.
Well, it was funny because when I got Bourbon, they were like, "Okay, she's 4 months," and I was like, "Well, she already has gray hair."
That's a saying.
And the same thing as soon as I showed her to my pops, and they're like, "Ugh, they sold you." You know, my dad. It's like they sold you an old dog. And I was like, "No, they said it's 4 months. Look at her; she's young. Like she definitely had more puppy features,
right,
than she has now, obviously." And he was like, "Nah, like they made a fool out of you." You walked in there thinking you were cool, and they made you look like a fool. I was like, "No."
Ruben's famous words. That's amazing. But, no, Bourbon's a great dog.
But I got her obviously because I picked her up from the ASPCA, and I mean, if you can and you want a dog, like definitely go to a shelter. Like
I 100% agree.
And then they gave it to me spayed. So with all of that stuff,
gave it to me spayed.
They gave it to me.
They gave it, like, to me
give
spayed.
It to me spayed. No, they basically were like, "Yo, we're gonna keep her for like a week or something, and then you'll pick her up in a week or two, and she'll already have be fixed or whatever." And I was like, "Word on." Shouts to Bob Barker.
Yeah, she's a really good dog. You picked a good one.
Yeah,
she's really good.
Well, it's cool because she came fetch standard.
Oh, she already fetched?
That was already included in the package.
She likes to fetch. See, Penny likes to play with the ball. The thing about Penny, she's changed significantly from the time that I got her and brought her here. I know you're going to make fun of me and think this is so ridiculous. But I really think that she suffered from trauma from my breakup and move. Because that was her life and what she knew. And she was really close with my ex.
Right.
And they just stopped seeing each other. You know what I mean? And then I brought her to a new house. And then I introduced her to you. It was just like a lot of changes that she was not used to. And she's not a resilient dog. She's like, "What is happening? I don't like this." Like,
she came in and she met Bourbon. And Bourbon's like, "Hi,
yeah,
I run shit."
Yes. It was like Step Brothers.
She's like, don't touch my drum set.
No, truly. Burb was like, "See that ball? It's mine. Don't touch it." And Penny was like, "That was the day I gave up ball."
That's the day I gave up. That's the day I let my dream die.
Yeah, man. It's true. She used to live and die for the ball. She was like, ball, ball, ball. And now,
well, it's funny.
She doesn't like to compete. She's not a competitive dog.
Well, when I brought Bourbon home, she had a cone around her, right? And I literally have a video of that day where she just started she grabbed the little toy that I had bought for her, and she dropped it at my feet. I was like, okay, that's crazy. So I was like, threw it, and she just kept doing it. I was like, all right. But literally, like, fresh out the hospital, right? Fresh out of surgery with the cone on, running around, and then
she ran into the wall with her cone.
Yeah, ran straight into the wall, shook it off, and kept going.
Poor thing.
Plus, she's like, she learned tricks really fast.
Yeah, Bourbon knows a lot of tricks. Man. How did you train her to do that?
Literally
torture.
Yeah, I was just
knowing OMar.
I was torturing her. She was tied to a tiny car battery.
She didn't eat for a few days.
No, it's crazy. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna literally try this positive affirmation thing, right? That you would see, and I was like, okay. And when I would tell her to sit down, I would like snap. So I would snap my fingers every time I would say sit, and then like sit down, snap, 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 and she just kind of learned to obey the snap. And I would give her mad treats. At the time, I was going to Petco and just buying you scoop your own treats.
Those little ones.
Yeah, I was buying like crazy bags of it.
Yeah.
So I was just like giving them to her, and she just like picked that up. She picked up, obviously, she sits down, she lays down, she what else? She gives high fives.
She gives high fives. She can dance.
She can shake your hand. She
zap.
Dances. Yeah.
Instead of bang, you say zap, and she falls dead. She totally knows we're talking about her.
I know. She's like, "What are you talking about? My tricks?" Yeah, I can't get Penny to do anything.
Penny is one of the most difficult dogs to train. Potty training her was a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh. She used to pee on the carpet all the time. I was constantly with the spray. It was just so annoying. Look at her. She doesn't care about nothing.
Did you crate train her?
She used to sleep in the crate for a while, yeah.
Yeah, Bourbon did too.
But I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say that. She slept in the crate at my ex's house sometimes, but at my house, she always slept in my bed, like on my pillow. She was so little. Or she would go underneath the blankets. And then when I came here, you were like, nah.
Yeah, no. That's okay.
You want to talk about that?
No, that's my one real thing is like, look, if you want to let the dogs, because they're small, right?
Yeah.
On the couch, that's fine. We can vacuum the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't want them in the bed.
I feel you on that. Like now, I'm just like.
And there's exceptions, there's like, you're like really sick. Or, you're having like a horrible day. Like
you'll let me sneak her in.
Yeah, like that's cool. Don't worry about it. But
I also don't put her in the bed.
I don't want to let them take over the bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just it.
No, I feel you.
Like I get hot when I sleep. The last thing I want is like these hot as like little hot dogs.
And they want to sleep right up on you, underneath you, on your back. Like
plus, when I had a cat, I would wake up with like the cat's butt in my face. And I was like, get out of here, So it's like, this is a bigger dog. It's a much bigger butt.
No, we always like would sleep with the dogs, and I got used to sleeping with Penny. And then when I moved in with you were like, no, I was like, what? No, she has to sleep all the way over there in her separate bed. I can't cuddle with her anymore. Like I was so upset about it, but now I'm really cool about it because they smell, they get smell. Penny, poor girl. She smells like Foot Locker.
Like Foot Locker.
She smells like Frito-Lays. Corn chips. Look at her. She has allergies, so I have to put her on medication. But she gets because of her allergies, she gets really hot and itchy. And then because she's scratching the dirt, it's like this whole. I have been researching all this shit about it, but they get this yeast buildup on their skin, on their underbelly, and then they scratch it, and their feet are dirty. So then there's bacteria, and that creates smell, and it's just a problem. So I have to bathe her once a week, if not more, because I literally bathed her yesterday and she's already like clammy. So
she's annoying. A clammy dog.
My little clammy.
Well,
clammy girl.
Okay. How many dogs have you had in your life?
my personal Penny.
Well, your personal, yours. My personal, this one.
And then our birds. Family dog, Mr. Buddy.
So before Penny, you only had one dog.
Only had one dog,
and it passed away. I'm assuming.
Yeah. And then
natural causes.
Yeah, he was old.
All right.
But then my sister had Bella, a pit bull.
But that was all still at the house.
Still at the house. That was later. And then they had Besos. These are all dogs my sister brought in. Then they had Besos. Yeah, her ex. It was her ex's dog, and she ended up taking the dog. And then she passed, and now during COVID, they fostered a dog, Lola, another pit bull. And so, yeah, so those are all the dogs that I've kind of known of, I guess, but they're not mine.
Well, it's crazy because I remember my parents weren't cool with dogs.
Oh, really?
Like, I mean, at least that's what they would tell me. And then finally they let me get a dog.
You always wanted a dog?
Well, it's like a kid. You're like, hey, I want a dog. Like,
okay.
I want a pet, any kind of pet.
Yeah.
So they got a dog and they let me name it. They're like, what do you want to name the dog? And I was like, Tiger. So my dad's like, what? He's like, fine, whatever. You call it whatever you want. And then I can't remember how long we had the dog. Do you remember this dog at all, Mark? No, so it must have been before my brother was born. So maybe 6 or 7, or maybe he was already just like a baby. So the point is, we had this dog. I had it for like a bit. I remember we went to Mexico City for something, to visit family. And when we came back, there was no more dog.
What?
Yeah. And they had told me that it died. Right? And then I remember this story. Here's the story. Here's the story that my neighbor told me. Yeah, I think they were just like, yo, give it away. He's not taking care of it. Whatever. He's too young. Why did I get this dog?
What kind of dog was it?
I don't know. Like a mutt?
Okay.
It's like a regular street, like
street dog.
Streety type dog. Like he looked like he could eat whatever. He could eat menudo. Like it wouldn't have been a problem. But my neighbor tells me this story. Okay, this is so crazy. He tells me that the dog was digging up in the backyard and found a bone.
Okay.
And ate the bone, but because there were chemicals on the bone, it died. It got poisoned and it died. And I was like, what do you mean chemicals? And he said, so the people that lived in our house before here were like archaeologists.
Whoa.
And they had like some formaldehyde bones, or I don't know what I'm like a little kid, but this is what my neighbor told me. This was the story. Not just like the dog I hit by a car or something. It was like, no, he found like a bone. So I thought forever that my dog found some.
What if it's true? You really don't believe it?
I just don't believe that there was some archaeologist living right here. You know what I mean? At his house.
They gotta live somewhere.
I know, because I remember I mentioned something to my dad, and I think I had told him the story, and he laughed. Like, you believe that? So I was like, I'll never figure it out.
Yeah,
and then all those neighbors moved, so I'll never be able to know.
You'll never know the truth.
I'll never know.
I looked up something going back to sleeping with the dogs because I was curious, and I was going to do a poll, and I totally forgot to do the poll before the show. I was going to see how many people like allow their dogs to sleep in the bed. But I just Googled it. So according to one study, 71% of pet owners sleep with their pets. Of those people, 43% said they let the pet sleep with them every night. 5% of people said they let the pet sleep with them when their significant other was out of town.
And
that's me.
If I am laying on the couch, I'll sleep with the dog.
If I'm not here, you don't go to bed. You sleep on the couch.
Yeah, and because I like, sleeping on the couch because the TV is much bigger here. It's much bigger television in the living room. So I'm like, I'll watch this on this bigger TV, and when it's over, I'll go to bed. But sometimes you don't
complain about your back.
I know, but the point I was making was that I sleep with the dog. Like I'll cuddle with Burbs and stuff. Like if I'm sleeping on the couch,
but not in bed.
Not in the bed.
Yeah.
Nah. No, that's not for you.
I'm not into it anymore.
Adult
You've changed
stuff
me.
happens in the bed.
Adult Well, we did run out of time, but I had a shit ton of other. I did extensive dog research, and we didn't get to any of it. We spent 20 minutes talking about our. She has not stopped looking at me.
No, she thinks you're beautiful. She likes your eye makeup.
She's like, you look different.
She's like, what is this?
I actually put eyelashes on today. I'm like, let me see if there's any interesting ones before we close out.
Well, you know what? Before we close out, I want to say that we have a friend with like a totally like
the swaggiest
hilarious,
dog.
Swaggy dog.
Yeah.
It's at Instagram at Desi Dinero. I think
she has an IG. Yeah. Oh my god. It's like
DESIDINERO.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's our friend Brian, also known as Bobby Coleslaw on the gram. Someone gave him Desi or something, or he found her or something like that. But she's the swaggiest little pup you'll ever see. Yeah. She wears Gucci. She's got shades. She's got gold chains.
Now, I will say that the dog's IG is not, he's not pushing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like a swaggy dog that has an IG. It's not like he's not pushing something. But if you really want to look it up, it's DESI_DINERO, Desi Dinero, and she's got some Gucci frames.
Look at her, she's so cute. Desi,
yeah, that's a great dog.
Well, real quick, speaking of IG and Instagram and dogs,
I know you follow dogs.
I follow dogs. I'm that person. I follow dogs on Instagram.
I follow one dog. I think it's my friend's dog.
I follow Desi, but I also, guys, you have to look up Norbert. He's like my dream dog, and I hope I never meet him because I'll go to jail for stealing that dog. He is so cute, and his IG is Norbert. That's NORBERT, the dog. Also, Frizzy Chewbarca. He's not a looker, but in my eyes,
he's got personality. He's
got personality.
That is
his little tongue
name.
hangs out. I think. Oh no, Norbert's tongue hangs out for
Frizzy Chewbarca.
Frizzy Chewbarca. I like really unique dogs that have character. I mean, of course, I like the cute little cuddly ones, but and I love all dogs. Dogs are my favorite animal,
except for the one dog that I'm telling you I'm interested in.
Oh,
see,
it's not even a dog.
It is a dog. What do you mean it's not even a dog?
It's all fleshy. It's gross. See, it's for the same reason I don't care for hairless cats.
I feel you.
It's like a weenie.
It's like a weenie.
Smooth weenie. Like, I don't want to pet. This is weird. Where's the fur? I want to cuddle it. It's weird. I'm not down. But yeah, those are my favorite. Oh yeah, and then the last one that also has a lot of character is Tuna Melts My Heart. And this dog's name is Tuna, and most of these dogs were rescues because they're unique looking.
Right.
And Tuna has a really... Didn't you come with me to go meet Tuna?
I don't think so.
Remember? We went to Petco or PetSmart and we took Penny. No. It was right early when we first started dating.
I don't remember.
And we met that dog, and we were like the last ones to meet the dog, and I held it and took a picture with it, and it was miserable because it had been with people all day. And he was just like, I don't even know where those pictures are.
I don't remember that.
Was it not you?
It might not have been me.
Whoops. I swore it was with you, but anyways.
I would remember that, I think.
You don't remember that day though, and I have pictures of that day. We put
with me?
Yeah, we put little hats on Penny.
What?
You don't remember?
And then I met Stinky Chewbacca, or who? Wait, who was?
Tuna Melts My Heart. He's got a long snout, and his teeth are all messed up.
I don't.
And he looks like this.
All right.
I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna post him onto our story when this episode drops. But Those are my favorite IG dogs to follow. I also follow this other one that's like roly teacup puppies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all teacup puppies that are like a pound.
You know, I always thought I was like, it'd be so funny to be walking like one of these tiny dogs with like a big spike collar. Like something just like trying to make them tough.
No, they're too small. I like to look at them. Like I die when I look at them. But I don't think I could. I don't know. I'd be so afraid of it getting hurt. Like I think I need a little more meat on my dogs.
Yeah, and I think that like the smaller the dog, the less lazy you can be. And I like to be, you know what I mean? In regards to like not the smaller, but like the cuter the dog you want it to be. Like if somebody get like a Pomeranian or something, it's not gonna look like that teddy bear unless you're like taking it to get, you know, groomed. And I never groom Burbs. I keep wanting to do it myself.
I take her to the groomer.
I know, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll look at her one day and I'm like, whoa, you look ugly. You need to go get a haircut. She looks like a totally different dog when she gets groomed. All right. Well, all my facts down the drain. Did you know that there's more than 400 different dog breeds? Did you know? All right. We're going to leave it at that.
I think that is it. We're going to go ahead. Why don't you take us?
We're going to call it.
Take us to a close, Nadia. Give us your best like landing of this crazy dog plane you just did.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the origin stories of our dogs. Omar never even shared what kind of breed Bourbon is because he doesn't know.
I don't know what kind of dog this is. Here, let's see if somebody can recognize you.
I think she's a terrier, like some sort of terrier.
There's got to be some kind of terrier mix. But honestly, I asked the vet once if I should get one of those canine DNA, whatever things. And she was like, no.
Why?
She said, I'm just going to get a bunch of dogs. Like, it's going to be a list of a ton of dogs.
I heard that.
She's like, they'll be like Terrier and Chihuahua will be up top. Yeah. And then you won't really know.
And so it's always, like, okay. It's true.
Like, at this point, she is a mole of... of a bunch of different dogs.
No, like my friend
called you mole.
My friend did it, and he has this like pit bull that's like skinny and tall, and like he did it, and it had all these weird breeds in it, like a Bichon. Do you know what a Bichon is?
A Bichon Frise?
Yes. And we're like, what? How? Where did it's so? I don't know how accurate those are.
Well, my parents had what I think were Rottweiler, Pit Bull, Labrador mixes.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was crazy. They had like this big head, you know, but like I don't know. They were wonderful dogs. They both passed away.
Yeah, anyway. Dober and Cleo, rest in peace, and rest in peace to all of our dogs we have lost along the way.
Yeah, it sucks if you ever lost a dog.
Oh,
you know,
I'm not ready. I think it's gonna be really hard for me when that day comes. So get ready, because I'm gonna be a hot mess. Just telling you now. All right, guys, that's it for today. We're gonna call it, and love on your pups extra today, because today is National Puppy Day, and that is all. Goodbye. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
You hear her breathing?
You'd like it.
You know what's crazy? I think I